Daily Learning.
Hey there! So today, I thought I'd take you along with me through a regular day in my life as a high school teacher. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's hilarious. And sometimes I'm just trying to stay awake. But it's real. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Let's jump right into it. So today was, well, a typical day in the life of a high school teacher. A little exhausting, a little chaotic, but honestly, pretty rewarding. I woke up around 6 a.m., even though I really didn't want to. I laid in bed for a few minutes trying to convince myself to get up. Eventually, the promise of coffee got me moving. I don't know how I'd survive mornings without it. While sipping that first cup, I stared at my toast and thought, is this really breakfast, or am I just pretending? Some mornings feel like that. By 7, I was dressed and out the door. The ride to school is always my time to reset. Music on, mind wandering, thinking about everything and nothing. Once I got to school, I stopped by the teacher's lounge for another quick caffeine boost and a few sleepy chats with my coworkers. We all looked like we could use a vacation. First period started with my juniors. Some were half asleep, some were surprisingly awake. We went over a poem today, nothing too heavy, but they had thoughts, which I always love. One student asked the most random question in mid-discussion. Miss, do you think aliens write poetry? I mean, how do I even answer that? But it made us all laugh, and I think we needed that. The rest of the morning moved fast. My seniors were working on their essays, and I tried to give as much feedback as I could without totally overwhelming them. I think they're starting to feel the pressure of graduation, and honestly, I feel it too. It's weird watching them grow up right in front of me. Lunchtime was short but fun. The other teachers and I sat around trading stories. Mostly funny things our students said. We laughed a lot, which helped with the tiredness. Laughter is kind of like a second cup of coffee. Afternoon classes were a bit of a struggle, not gonna lie. Everyone was tired, including me. I tried to mix things up with some group activities, and it sort of worked. At the very least, they were talking, mostly about the task, I hope. I kept telling myself, just make it to the bell. When the final bell finally rang, I felt that familiar mix of relief and satisfaction. I stayed a little longer after school to help one of my students with their essay. She's trying hard, and that makes me want to try harder too. Now I'm home, finally in my comfy clothes, feet up, and thinking about how lucky I am. Teaching high school isn't easy. Some days feel like a marathon, but somehow, it always feels worth it. Even when I'm tired, I end the day feeling like I did something that mattered. Time to rest now. Tomorrow, we do it all again. And that's a wrap on one of my typical days. A little exhausting, sure, but full of heart and unexpected little moments that remind me why I love what I do. If you've made it this far, you're officially amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you'll join me again in the next video. See you soon.